speaker. The better news is that we have a really wonderful speaker this morning, and I want to start off by reading a verse to you all. It's from 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 12. It says, "Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in life, in love, in faith, and in purity." This morning, Christian Greene, who is a 7th grader, is going to talk with you. That's a pretty big undertaking for a 7th grader to take on a chapel talk. Probably a couple of months ago, he and I were talking, and he said, I think I really want to talk to Reverend Joy. So he went and talked to Reverend Joy for a while, and the next thing I knew, I got an email from Reverend Joy saying that Christian was going to speak in chapel. Well, saying you're going to do it and doing it are two very different things. So sitting on the front row this morning are a lot of people who are surrounding Christian. Chaplain Garcia is here because she knows about the call God has on his life and his faith in God. His mom and dad are here because they've known about that call for a long time. And a little reluctantly, but still happily, his brother and both his sisters are up here helping out. And I think that's the message that I really want you all to think about when Christian's talking. Even though Christian's young, God has a call on his life. And as his friends, his classmates, his people that surround him, our job is to support him and lift him up because God is already doing something in his life. Just like God is probably doing something in your life. And I think another thought I'd like to leave you with is when we say someone's young, you can be young in a lot of different ways. For example, if we were talking about calculus, they'd have to put me in the neonatal unit because I know nothing about calculus. So if you are a person who knows something about something, look back at someone who's young and just give them a hand. That's all God calls all of us to do. So here comes your reading and then your speaker.
This is from Genesis 6, 8-22. But Noah found favor in the eyes of the Lord. This is the account of Noah. Noah was a righteous man, blameless among the people of his time, and who walked with God. Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now the earth was corrupt in God's sight and was full of violence. God saw how corrupt the earth had become, for all the people on earth had corrupted their ways. So God said to Noah, I am going to put an end to all the people, for the earth is filled with violence because of them. I am surely going to destroy both them and the earth. So make yourself an ark of cypress wood, make rooms in it, and coat it with pitch inside and out. This is how you are to build it. The ark is to be 450 feet long, 70 feet wide, and 45 feet high. Make a roof for it and finish the ark to within 18 inches of the top. But put a door in the side of the ark and make lower, middle, and upper decks. I'm going to bring flood waters on the earth to destroy all life under the heavens. Every creature that has the breath of life in it, everything on earth will perish. But I will establish my covenant with you, and you will enter the ark, you and your sons and your wife and your sons' wives with you. You are to bring into the ark 2 of all living creatures, male and female, to keep them alive with you. 2 of every kind of bird, of every kind of animal, and of every kind of creature that moves along with the ground will become to you and to be kept alive. You are to take every kind of food that is to be eaten and store it away as food for you and for them. Noah did everything just as God commanded him. Noah's Ark. We could learn a lot from Noah's Ark. It's just like he had 3 sons, and God told him, you know what, I have decided to take fill the world with blood, and I am keeping the I'm telling you, Noah, to go and build an ark, and it is 450 feet long, 75 feet wide, and 45 feet high. It is it's supposed to be made from cypress wood, and you have to cover with tar. That's a lot of work too. And then he had to get 2 of each animal
which I'm pretty sure is pretty easy, knowing that God was with him, and he trusted God through all his ways. And he said everything on earth was going to die, besides him and the animals inside him, the ark. And when he closed the gates, and knowing that he was 600 years old, he'd never, ever seen rain in his life. And then he trusted God, so when he went in, everything like rain started pouring down, water started spurting up from the earth, and all of a sudden there's this big flood wiping out everything. And everyone made fun of him because of that, because they thought that he was crazy or something. But he believed in God, so if you have God, you will be able to pull through anything. Anything is possible with God. And so when he went in the boat, and for about a year, he was in that boat, and he still had trust in God. And then later he let a dove, and it came back with a olive branch for a sign that there was land, and it started to dry up. And then he sent it again, and it never came back. And then he stopped at a mountain of Ararat, and so he waited for another couple months, and then all of a sudden the earth was all dry, and he was able to stay on land finally. And so God gave him a covenant, or like a promise. And he said, I will not ever flood the earth again, and I will make you a promise. It's kind of like he used the symbol. It was the rainbow. You know, that's a really cool thing that you see when it's raining. And you just have to have trust in him, even when people are making fun of you, or even when you stick out, like when you're talking in front of a big crowd, like I am for you guys. You just have to believe in God, because he will give you the words to be able to pull through the storm. And I don't think you shouldn't try to fit in or go with the masses. You should do what is right, and he will give you the courage to do such a thing as I am doing right now. And even though you might go to masses, you might go to church, but you have to make sure you have to lean into the Bible, and you have to trust in him rather than just listening to what everyone else has to say. You have to let God into your hearts before you can truly say that you are a believer. You have to know him. You have to know that he's there. You might not see him physically. That doesn't mean he's not there though. And he just imagine what life would be without him. We wouldn't be here probably right now if it wasn't for him. But we just have to thank him for giving us another chance. First of all, he gave us Jesus. He gave us everything we needed, and yet we still take sin and everything, 21st century, all of that around us, surrounding us. And I don't think we don't need that. We need him. We need only him. We need to put our hearts only in him. So I just want to say that and let us pray. Dear God, thank you for your promises and precious love. Thank you for people who are helpful even in the hardest of times. Thank you for another chance for humanity to redeem itself. Thank you for Jesus to take over our sins away. And Lord, I love you so much. We all love you so much. It's in your glorious, almighty name we all can pray. Amen.
Amen.
So go in peace, love, and serve the Lord.